everyone. I'm Creatively Lisa, inspiring the creative within, and I am high vibing in from Long Beach, California. Woo! I tell you what, um, catch the title of the live, it's Inside My Head. because you just never know what's in there, I say. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. What goes on inside my head, but what goes on inside your head? Because that makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. It will allow you to become a magnet or a repellent. And that is up to you. So I don't know about you, but I want to be a both, because I always say it's not one or the other, it's both. So I want to be a magnet for awesomeness in all forms, and I want to be a repellent for anything nasty and negative. So the way you do that is when you do one, the other one automatically shows up. It's kind of how it rolls. Good and bad, tall and short, skinny and fat. It's always an opposite. It's an equal balance on this beautiful plane that we live on. So today I thought, it got me to thinking, because I met with somebody yesterday, and it was just such an extraordinary conversation. And just a really good insight. And it just had me zinging all day. And we were talking about like getting up early in the morning, and what we do and time wise, and just all of that. And it really brought some things to mind because it manifested. So I like to get up really early. I don't always get up before 5 a.m. I like to, but I don't always do it. I used to get up around 5:30. But today, because we were just talking about it yesterday, and it was such a zinging day, that I woke up at like 3:30 today. And it was like, that's it. Mind was going crazy, like in a good way, like zing, 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 zing. So how often have you gotten up or woken up in the middle of the night and your mind just going 90 miles an hour? Does that happen? Like, when it does, write it down, because you are getting a download from the universe. Inspired ideas mostly is what's going to happen, because we've fallen asleep. And so all our BS meter and all our BS and everything that we've been telling ourselves all day, and all day the day before, is now dissipated, and it's all fresh and new again. So you'll get amazing ideas at that time. Another cool thing that I do now, I'm taking this. I've taken it in the past. It's I don't know if you've heard of Mind Valley. If you have heard of Mind Valley, put Mind Valley in the comments, because hello, I just love his story, how he came up with the company, and what they actually stand for, and the products that they actually have. It's a personal growth learning platform, basically, and they have some amazing courses on there. Anyway, I've been taking this one off and on for years, and I'm drawn to it, but it's been confusing for me. So I'm doing it again, and it's clicking in so easily. And so that was in there, and it's all on so I'm taking a course called It's the Silva Method, and you go to bed at night thinking about like you during the morning, it's called mental video technique. You wake up in the morning early, and you sit and you contemplate, and you think about in detail, if you're having a problem, you can't figure out what to do, you don't know which direction to turn, it's just something that's bothering you, and you need basically higher intelligence to come tell you and help you. Well, that's what this is. So you think about it in the morning a couple times, as a couple different ways, and then you go to bed at night and you actually think about it again, and then you actually think about the problem solved in as much detail as possible. And then you go to sleep at night. And what happens is, over the next 3 days, is you'll get your answer. And it happens. It's happened to me. And I've gotten one of my answers to. I've done this twice now, and I've got the first one came to me, and it was brilliant, and it's just been really powerful. And so it taught, and that's what I'm talking about. So like it helps with inspiration. So it is inspiration because it's getting a download. That's what inspiration is. And so when you're in your head, as I said, inside my head, it's being very conscious of knowing what is, well, you won't have both at the same time. You won't have inspiration and BS. It'll be one or the other. One will feel like you are flying and you just can't do anything wrong and you're on this amazing high. And the other one feels miserable, pretty much. And so you'll know the difference really quickly. And then you want to do whatever you can, if it's the second, to get out of it as quickly as possible. Stay in it as long as possible when it's inspired. Otherwise, do whatever you can to get out of it, even if it's go back to sleep. But that's it. It's what's going on in our heads. And the more that you allow for the rubbish to take charge of your mind, the less you're cutting off your inspiration. You're closing it off. And the more you do that, the less inspired action, and then life becomes a chore. And that's not supposed to be the way. Life is supposed to be a blessing. Life is supposed to flow. And whatever you want, whatever you choose, is supposed to come to you with ease. But we have a tendency, because we don't believe it can be that easy, I think it's got to be way harder. And it isn't. It's not supposed to be. We block it. We block it. And when you can come to a place in your life and your time that you actually go, I'm worth it. Of course. Not only am I worth it, I'm going to draw it to me. And becoming that person is what allows it to do it. So it's really being conscious of all of these things and being focused on it, and just rolling with it to a degree. I'm on the final week of this experiment that I've started. Not the final week of the first month. It's a 90-day experiment. And I'm finishing up my first month for the whole month of July, August, and September, for 3 months. And it's been powerful. And the funny thing is, goes to show you, I did this myself. I thought it was harder than it was. And so I have a business that I absolutely adore, and I'm doing well in it. I always want to be better, but I'm doing well in it. And I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do in it. I've been doing everything else, thinking I had to do everything. Well, that's not the case. So beginning of this month, I decided to switch it. And I stopped doing everything else I was doing that was toiling. I call it toiling. Because in honesty, it was toiling. So I progressed over time, but it was difficult. It wasn't easy. I didn't like doing it. And I worked really too long every day. And it wasn't enjoyable. But I loved the business side of it and what I'm doing and how I'm helping people. But I didn't like that side of it. So, but I kept doing it because I didn't trust myself, and I didn't trust Source. I didn't think it could be that easy. Well, smack. And it is that easy, because I started doing the 6 things. That's it. Six things that was on my love list and like list. And check this out. It worked. And it's manifesting like insane things like I would have never thought in a million years. Just showing up out of the blue. Literally, out of the blue, knocking at my door. Pretty awesome. Pretty bloody awesome. And it's possible when you get out of the way and you really focus on what's in your head. Because that makes a difference. And it's being aware of it, and it's being when you start seeing things go in the wrong direction, shifting it, because now we're coming on to the final week of the month, and I've got so much stuff going on and so many people I'm communicating with that it's just amazing, flat out amazing. So I'll throw this in because, well, I will. My business, anybody can do. It's depending on how you want to do it. So if you're interested, want to learn more about it, post biz in the comments, and I'll get back with you and we can chat and see from there. But that's not the reason why I came on here, but I got to let you know because it's awesome. And it's possible now. I see it as a much broader, bigger thing. And it's allowing it. So my head, what's inside my head had to change so that the outside could change and manifest. So inspiration now shows up constantly. And guess what? I listen. When you listen, when it pops up under all circumstances, listen, because it's giving you amazing guidance. It's going to make things much, much easier for you. And magic will happen. So be conscious of that so that you can allow for that. So if you find yourself going, crap happens, or, you go down that pathway, or it's difficult, or it's this or that, stop. Just stop verbalizing it. Stop talking about it. It's not serving you in any manner. Best case scenario, just flip it yourself. Worst case scenario, think of something else. Think of something you love thinking about, talking about, visualization, something really awesome, anything at all to get yourself out of that place. Worst case scenario, go to sleep because it's not going to serve you, because things aren't supposed to be difficult. They're supposed to be easy. It's a blessing. It's fun, it's exciting. And when you can grasp that you can achieve it, or when you grasp that you're worthy of it, worthy of things being easy, then it will be. It will be. And you start changing that mindset. And the more you start changing that mindset, it broadens and opens up and allows for options. Whereas the negativity is going to close things off, and then nothing's going to happen, and it perpetuates itself and gets worse and worse and worse. Whereas positivity, thinking something differently or going in a different direction with your thoughts, it's going to open things up for you, and it's going to allow for other ideas and options and things to show up. Because like I know I've got some specifics with me in my business and what I want to do. I don't know how it's going to happen. I've got this amazing vision that I want for my business and my life. And I'll share it on another live. I want to be able to really vocalize it in the exact way, but we spend so much time being chained to old ideas, chained to old paradigms, and chained to old job as well, and the old paradigms that we're completely bound by other people's thoughts and things from the past that aren't working anymore. And my vision is to shift that, and women specifically, but shift that paradigm so that you can actually have the life that you want, and give you the tools necessary to get there on a global level. In turn, when we're doing what we're meant to do and doing what we're supposed to do from our heart, think about this. It's going to raise the vibration of the entire planet. And that's my vision. And I'm looking for people that want to join me on my journey and join the ride and come in and really build something at a higher level. And the only way you can do that is to be conscious all the time of what's inside your head. Inside your head. And it's the most important thing you can possibly do. The most important thing. So think about that when you're doing things. What's going on in your head? Because it's manifesting in everything around you. You have to really think about that, because you want to be a magnet for the awesome and a repellent for the nasty. And know that you are worth things to flow with ease, things to manifest quickly, easily, exactly what you want and better. And it's okay. So, wrap your head around that and let me know in the comments where you feel you are at on a scale of like 1 to 10. Where are you at on what's inside your head? Positive or negative? Options or constriction? Yes and ideas and inspiration, or no and lost and confused and trying to get motivated. So think about these things, and just it's best just to try to find a way to, I hate that word try, to it's the best to, when you start thinking about these things, how to immediately shift it. Like immediately think of something different if you have to or whatever, because it'll change your life. It'll change your life. So with that said, if this brought value or got your mind to thinking about something different, please like it and share it with somebody that can benefit from it, or save it. I would love that. The more I know what people like, the more I'm going to talk about it. And I do a lot of just what drops in. And I love it. And I like to be able to chat with people and have these conversations, because back to what I said, my vision is to raise the vibration of the entire planet and change the dichotomy and the paradigm of how we think and feel, of what we're supposed to be doing and what we want to do in our hearts, because that's really where it's all at. All right. So check me out on all the other platforms. My goal is to post every single day, do lives every day, and just be out there and introduce yourself. I want to talk to other people that are on this journey, looking to change things, wanting different things, and that are action takers and ready to go, because it's really what it's all about. We can do this, and we can have that life that we've always dreamed of and that we know is out there, because it came to us for a reason. So it's meant for us to actually be living it, not just in our heads, but around us, all the way around. So with that said, let me know in the comments where you're at on things, where you want to be, and keep in touch. I'll be around. Like and share this, and I will see you on the next live. Always remember to go out and manifest something magical. Ciao for now. See you on the next live. Thanks for watching. And